YouTube, this is Chess from STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to start where we left off in the last tutorial. If you remember, in the last tutorial, we installed all the required libraries for OpenCV, and then we also installed all the Python related required libraries and the Python stack that you're going to need for Python development. We're going to do the same thing in this tutorial, but for Java. And if you're not going to be using Java, if you're not going to be using Ant or Android, you can skip into the next tutorial, and where we'll go right into downloading the OpenCV and building and compiling it. But for the people that are interested in Java, this is for you. So let's get started. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do, let me not get you confused here. The first thing we're gonna go here is to this website. Is actually, let me close it so I can show you something. It's this website right here, http jdkjava.net 8, and it's from Oracle. So you're gonna go paste and go, and it looks the same, but it's a little bit different. It's very important, the difference. Here you have to accept this license. If you don't accept this license, there's nothing you can do. So you gotta accept this license, and once you accept it, all of a sudden you are able to see the right here in the bottom of my page. When I hover over it, you can see the gzipped tarball being shown there, and that's exactly what you need. So what you need to do is make sure that it's Linux ARM 32. So it's Linux ARM 32 and the targc. It's that one right there. So let's just hover over it and copy the link location. And now we're going to go into our ODROID and we're going to do wget, and then we're going to copy this location. Okay. And then you're going to hit enter, and it's going to take a while. Depending on the connection, on your connection, it might take 20 minutes, it might take a little bit longer, or it might be really fast. Remember, the ODROID is powerful, but not as powerful as your desktop. If you did this in your desktop, it will take less than 30 seconds. But doing it on your ODROID is going to take a little bit longer. I'm not going to do it because I already downloaded it, so I didn't want to take the time. So as you can see, it's right there. It's a gzip tarball or a tar archive. It's a tar, what they call it. So what I'm going to do is use gunzip to get rid of the GC extension, and it's doing something. I think it did it, and as you can see, it got rid of the GC extension and it cleaned up the older file. Now I'm going to do tar. I think it's XBF. I think it is. Let me make sure. Oh, XBFZ. Okay, XBFZ. I always forget which one to use. And then JDK. And that's not the one. And YM. SVJF, isn't it? SB not Z, because you already get rid of the Z. That's what it was. So right there. And now you have your directory right here. And now you can remove your old. I'm gonna leave it for now. And you got your directory inside. So let's go into JDK. And it's a little bit slow right now. JDK tab. It's that time of the day when there's you can don't get a slow connection all of a sudden. And Savage JDK, so there they are. Okay, so you do one, tab, ls, and there it is. This is what the most important thing. It contains all your binaries and then everything Java related. So you have your JRE here and your binaries. So what we're going to do is look at what we have here, and we are going to move it to there. We're going to create a JVM directory, place it here in user.lib, but that JVM directory is already created in your ODROID when you get it. Mine had it, more likely yours has it also. So let's do cd user lib JVM, and there it is, ls. And as you can see, there's the OpenJDK ARM hard float, and then your default Java, and then you have another Java Open JDK. I am going to create my own. I just prefer it. I think is faster, better performance. That's why I do it this way. You don't have to. But one thing I must tell you, if you try to use Java right now, it will not work because it's not being configured. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do right now. So what are we going to do? Let's see, so I know I follow along my own directions. I'm gonna move it. In your case, if you don't have one created, if it's created already, you don't have to, you can skip this step. I mean, I already have it, I already show it to you, it's right there, so you don't have to do that step. So all you have to move it, but you don't have to make it. You don't have to make the directory, it's already there. So just let's move, and this is what we're moving right now. So it's called that one. So go move Java into directory user, into directory lib, and it doesn't like it. So let's see why it doesn't like it. Let's do that. JDK, and then move it into user lib JVM, and then just move it. And you need permissions, so just go sudo move, put your password, and then it moved it. As you can see, it's not there anymore. So now we're going to go into that directory, lib JVM, and we're going to see what they have in there, and there it is. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so we made sure it's there, so we're going to export the path now. So we're going to make sure, before I do that, let me see what is the present work. Yep, user lib. Okay, so let's do export path and paste export path to the user lib JVM JDK 18172 binaries. That's the one. So just hit enter, and that should do it. Now you go back to activities. Let me make sure. Now we're going to update the alternatives. Make sure the compiler, because if you test the compiler right now, as you can see, it's a little bit slow. So if you try to do anything with it, actually it's working. Oh, yes, because I already exported the path. That's why it's working. Okay. So let's update the alternatives and make that one the you need sudo root rights. So let's do sudo updates and then go sudo updates. So that's updated. Let's do the other one now. Let's do regular Java and do the same. Copy, paste, then make sure you put sudo on it. Enter. That's done. And there's just two more. Just the update the compiler. Make sure it's configured to wherever you want it configured. And one more after this one. Nothing to configure. I already did it earlier. And but I'm going through the steps so you know what to do. But I already went through it earlier and I got rid of it just to do it live so you know how to do it. We do it together. And let's do now regular Java. And there it is. Right now, this is my current one. That's what you want to see. So I'm pointing, the asterisk means that I'm pointing is the number one, priority number one. So it will use mine and then it will use the other two in the absence of mine. That's what the way I like to do it. I like to use this one instead of the Open JDK. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit enter because I like the choice that it's got. So just hit enter and it's done. So now let's test it. As you remember at the beginning of the video, we couldn't test it because it gave us an error. It was not configured. So now we're going to this little program here. Just copy and paste. And then go nano hello world Java. Just put it in there. And it's just a class, hello world, and your public static void main, and then your println printing hello world. Let's change it to make sure that it's good. And let's go hello world from world from ODROID Ubuntu Mate or Mate, however you want to pronounce it. So just go Control X, yes. And now let's test it now. Javac compiler hello world. Well, before let me show you what is this is the one that we created. It's right there. So we're gonna go Javac hello world Java, and it's compiling it. It worked, and now we just go Java hello world, and there it is, hello world from Android Ubuntu Mate or Mate. And this is it. So now you know that you have Java configure in your ODROID, and it's all ready to go to do some cool Android and Java applications using your ODROID. This is the end of this tutorial. If you like it, please subscribe and click the like box, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Thank you and have a great day.